Welcome to day 2 of my 7-day HIIT mobility program. I hope you're feeling great after the first day. So let's get into it on day 2. So again, find a comfortable spot on the floor, and we're gonna start with a warm-up just like we did yesterday. So from a seated position, I'm gonna have you bring both legs out in front of you. We're gonna have our hands behind us, resting back. And we are going to work on some controlled hip movements here. So we're gonna bring in our right knee to our chest. Then we're gonna let our right knee fall open a little bit without letting it hit the floor here. We're gonna bring it back up, push our foot back towards the front. And we're gonna do that 10 times as a warm-up. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Raise that knee up, drop it to the outside without letting it hit the floor, bring it back up and push that leg back out. That's 1, back up, down, back up, 2, up, to the side, back up, 3, up, back down, 4, up, 5, up, 6, really try to squeeze that knee and bring it up as high as you can. Here you go. 3 more. 2 more, here we go, stay with me. And last one. Drop that leg back down. Okay, now we're gonna work on the other leg. I'm gonna twist over here to the other side. All right, I'm leaning back on my hands here, both legs out in front of me. I'm raising up my left leg now off the floor, keeping it nice and straight, bringing that knee into my chest, dropping that knee to the outside, bringing it back up for 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5 more, here we go, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. There we go. So that's the warm up. Now we are going to work on the mobility part of this day. So we are going to stand up. I may drop out of the camera view here, but what I want you to do is get in a standing position and spread your feet out as wide as you can while keeping your toes pointed forward. Toes pointed forward here. And we're gonna get into a squat. So squat down, pushing those knees out. I want you to focus on pushing those knees out as wide as you can while keeping the toes nice and straight. And we're just gonna hold this deep squat, also known as the horse stance, for about 30 seconds. So we're gonna hold that. Keep that chest high. Focus on the breath here because this does get a little difficult here. Couple more seconds. And slowly come back up. You're gonna straighten your legs and kind of work those hips a little bit. We're gonna go through that one more time for another 30 seconds. So when you're ready, again, take a look down at your feet. Make sure that the toes are pointed forward here. And come down into your deep squat. Again, focusing on pushing those knees out. Take some breaths here. Make sure that chest is nice and high. We have 10 more seconds. Stay with me. Here we go. Last second. Okay. And on the exhale, slowly straighten those legs. Come back up into a standing position here. Kind of shake out the hips a little bit before we switch back down to the floor to our next exercise here. So join me back onto the floor and we are going to get into a butterfly position. So to do that, bring your feet together, have the bottoms of your feet touching and your knees are just flaring out to the sides. And we're just gonna use our elbows here to push out the knees. And we're just gonna hold this butterfly stretch. And while we're doing that, we're looking down at our toes and our feet, making sure that they're not totally coming open. We wanna keep them pressed together. So press the bottoms of those feet together and hold this butterfly stretch. We're gonna do 2 sets of 30 seconds like we did for the horse stance. So we have 10 more seconds here. Breathe with me. Take one more breath. And on the exhale, you can straighten your legs. We can kind of shake out the legs a little bit, and then we're gonna get back into that butterfly position. So meet me back into that butterfly position. Bring those feet together, right? Press the bottoms of those feet together. Use your elbows to push out on your opposite legs here, on your thighs. Try to push them down while keeping those feet together. And I'm just resting my forearms on the inside of both of my legs here, just pushing down with a little bit of effort. And now just breathe. And take one more inhale. Big exhale here. Okay. Again, let's shake out the legs a little bit before we move to our last stretch and exercise for day 2. So I am getting into a frog pose here. So we're gonna come into this tabletop position and we're gonna scooch our knees out as wide as we can while our feet are kind of be flared out. So they're pointing outwards here. This is what it looks like from the front. So I'm getting in this nice frog position here. And if you can only hold it right here, that's fine. But if you can go lower, get a little bit lower. See if you can get your knees a little bit wider here. And then if this feels great for you and you want to go a little bit deeper, I like to put my hands out in front of me and push back, trying to sink deeper into this frog stretch. And again, we're going to do another 30 seconds here. Breathe with me. Take one more inhale. And exhale. You can slowly come up out of that. And then we're gonna get back into that stretch one more time for another 30 seconds, and we'll be done with day 2. Okay. Take another breath. All right, come forward, scooch those knees out, get into our frog pose, sink down into it, and we're gonna hold for 30 seconds. Breathe with me, nice and easy. Almost done, 5 more seconds. And take one more inhale. And exhale, slowly come up out of that position. All right. Thank you guys. That was day 2. I hope you're feeling a little bit more open, and I cannot wait to see you on day 3.